Rohan is also the author of 212, The Complete Trader, sharing his knowledge and insights into successful trading strategies. Beyond finance, Rohan is passionate about spirituality, stocks, squash, and vision boards. Mr. Rohan, the stage is yours.
Fine, let me do what I can do it for you. Thank you for the introduction. I will first give my gratitude to DP King, Bhavik Bhai for inviting us. I have some very dear friends over here. Vishal is there, Amrita is there. I have somebody who came from over the period of another cities. My team is there. And thank you for coming. So try કરીશ કે most of Gujarati માં આપણે કરીએ. Can we have next, please? We can go fast. So મારું basic topic is more on to quant. Now what is quant? It's very interesting. Dr. Zaveri gave a very beautiful understanding on data. So I will be more on to investing side because trading is something which is very different to me than investing. I'll give you a brief about me. In 2004 मेरी जर्नी में चालू करी थी investing. 2004-5 में चालू करी तो बधाई એવું કીધું કે લઈને છે ને ભૂલી જવાના સ્ટોક. તો મને કહ્યું યાર ગ્રેટ યાર સુપર આવું જ કરવું જોઈએ યાર. It's money making is damn easy man. And I got some stocks like Unitech, Patel Engineering, Reliance Power, Reliance Infra, amazing, made hack money of me. A lower middle class family guy making so much of money. And 2008 came, and I have that stock were 90% down. तो મને થયું કે આ લોંગ ટર્મ ઇન્વેસ્ટિંગ ક્યાં ગયું કે આ તો જો લઈને જ ભૂલી જવું હોય તો બહુ આ ટ્રિકી ગેમ છે. In 2008 I still remember the month is October and I came across to a product called in US called quant investing, quant trading કે જ્યાં data decision લે investing કરવાના નહીં કે humans. So that's where 2008 my journey started on taking on data as a point on investing, and in last 15 years I've made something which is very easy yet very powerful for making money. તો હું તમને આજના દિવસે ત્રણ વસ્તુ હેલ્પ કરવા આવ્યો છું. ફર્સ્ટ, કેવી રીતના ક્વોન્ટ ઇન્વેસ્ટિંગ કામ કરે. સેકન્ડ, અમે ક્વોન્ટ ઇન્વેસ્ટિંગ માટે PMS માં શું કરીએ છીએ. થર્ડ, મને ઘણા લોકોએ કીધું કે PMS is a big ticket size, નાના ઇન્વેસ્ટર્સ માટે શું કરી શકીએ છીએ. So these are 3-4 things I want to really help you that how you can take more decision on data side rather than emotional side, right? Next, we go very fast onto it. So next. Anybody knows what is this image? कोई नहीं ख्याल है? 1964 માં US માં બધા પ્રોફેસર્સ એક મોરચો કાઢેલો કે કેલ્ક્યુલેટર યુઝ ના થવા જોઈએ, સ્ટુડન્ટ બગડી જશે. અને વે બેક નેક્સ્ટ, if you see next, now we see the world of AI. Calculator is just nothing, right? Nobody uses calculator, everything is AI. So the world changes extensively when the data comes into the picture. I meet a lot of management, small company management. The best learning of a company to change is when company changes from a human interaction company to a data-centric company. આખો કંપનીની સ્ટ્રક્ચર જ ચેન્જ થઈ જાય. પહેલા ટેલીમાં બિઝનેસ કરતા હોય, બેકડેટેડ એન્ટ્રી ચેન્જ કરી નાખતા હોય મેનેજમેન્ટ, અને then eventually it comes with ERPs. Next. So there are two ways of taking decisions in markets. One is like my dad. 1992 1000 રૂપિયાના આરતી ઓર્ગેનિક્સ લીધા, ભૂલી ગયા. 2018 માં we came to know that 1000 turned around to 2 crores. Amazing. A CAGR of more than 45%. But I think it was not intelligence, it was luck. કારણ કે 20 વર્ષ આરતી ઓર્ગેનિક્સ નહોતો ચાલ્યો ત્યારે એમને યાદ નહોતું કે મારી પાસે શેર છે, બાકી તો વેચાઈ જ ગયા હોત હતા, ભૂલી ગયા હતા. So that's love, right? ભૂલી ગયા, luck છે, it works out. Today આરતી industry is 50% down from its price. Still he doesn't care because he feels that હશે તો આપણે જોતા હશે ત્યારે કાઢશું ત્યારે જે ભાવ હશે. It's a type of an investment and something has worked very well for someone like this. લઈ ભૂલી જવાનું, get surprised, next generation makes money, you have a lot of stories to tell, great. And there is a second type of investor like me, where we don't have money, we have to prove ourselves, we have to make money. And second type of investments are generally the data side of investments, where data takes decision, not the humans takes decision. So for example, if I would be at my dad's place, maybe I would have sold off Aarti and bought something, because 20 years Aarti didn't done nothing. And then after in 2016 to 2022, Aarti was like 100x from that price. So maybe I would have bought at that time when the data said that the turnaround of company started. So we did a deep research from last 15 years in market, in specifically in data side of investing. Next please. So this is a very interesting chart. This was the first data which was being made by someone on markets. If you see this, you don't need anyone. So market runs on 18-20-16 cycle. The A वाला જેટલા વર્ષો છે, that has been the worst years of markets. So if you see 1927-29 was Great Depression, 45 was World War, then 65 was the impact of the Great Depression, 81 was the economical turmoil, 1999 was a Y2K, 2019-20 was our COVID, and maybe 2035. Now if you see B years are run into 8, 9, 10 cycles. These are the best time to do profit booking in markets and shift your money to a different asset class. So if you see the areas કે જ્યારથી આપણે હશું અહીંયા જેટલા લોકો બેઠા છે, તો 1999 was that era, 2007 was that era, 2016 was that era, and now maybe 2026. And there are bonds, right? This was being made like 150 years back by a German guy to predict the markets, what is coming next, and this is at 100%. Like एक वर्ष ऊपर नीचे, but it works unbelievable. And then see, most interesting, which are the best years to put money in markets. So if you see 85, there are a lot of people I'm seeing in silver hair. 85 to 89, 92 was a very beautiful time in India to put markets. 96 to 99 was a great time. 2005 to 2007, 2012 to 2016, and 2023, which started a year back, now a 2-year back, to 2026. So it's data which is coming onto the front, and this is publicly available domain. I was proud that જેને આ બનાવ્યું છે એને હું મળ્યો છું way back 15 years back. So my point to you is, if we start understanding data over emotional logical point, our decision making is going to be more stronger, more better, and more resilient. Next. So what we did was, we understood in 15 years and understanding a lot of markets, that what are the mantras of making money in markets. First was that you need to, it's a very 1970 song, 1970 માં Kenny Roger એક song ગાયું for the movie called The Gambler, that you know to know when to hold, when to fold, when to run, and when to walk. When to hold, stop hold karo, when to run, go fold, exit karo, when to walk, okay, chalao, and when to run, when you buy more. Next. We do 3 next. So that is the reason we made 3 things. That over the period of time, what people make mistake is, they sell the stocks which are performing, they hold the stocks which are not performing, and they will add up the stocks which are underperforming. So our point works on to the point that જે ઉપર જતું હોય એને વેચોમાં, જે નીચે જતું હોય એને હોલ્ડ ના કરો, અને જે ઈસ્ટ અને વેસ્ટ જાય છે એને તમે રિપ્લેસ કરી દો. હું તમને સમજાવીશ કે કેવી રીતના પોસિબલ છે. નેક્સ્ટ. So we did a very, very in-depth research from last 50 years, 25, 30 years in Indian markets, and then 50 years in US markets. You will be surprised, a company called Intel, who makes chips, most બધા આપણે લેપટોપ એના જ વાપર્યા હશે, being one of the largest leader of selling chips is laptop or computer chips. from 1996 till today has not given any returns. Or maybe if you see Wipro, वो बड़ा example है Wipro में social media ऊपर ₹1 नाख्यो हो तो 20,000 रुपया 20,000 करोड़ 200 करोड़ मले. I will tell you the other side of Wipro story. If you had invested in 2001 in Wipro, you have made nothing. For 20-25 years you have made no money in Wipro. So all stocks are never good and bad. It depends that when there is a turnaround story in the market, then only you make larger money in that company for a larger trend. So you see 2009, જ્યારે અમે આ બનાવતા હતા ત્યારે our first research was in consumer companies. So Gillette and Nestle's, ને અમે બધાને કહેતા હતા કે Gillette, Nestle is a turnaround. And people believe કે આ તો કેવી બેકાર વાત કરે છો. 2005 થી 2008 માં ચાલ્યા નથી Gillette, Nestle, P&G, Colgate. આ લેવાની વાત કરે છે ત્યારે તો DLF લેવો જોઈએ. After that, in 10 years, this company went 15x on an average. 2016, 20 years chemical didn't do anything. And then you see a turnaround story by anti-dumping duty on China, that chemical did a turnaround and did 50x. And then way back in 2021, we started auto, PSU for 15 years, nothing done. So the larger money is only made when there is a turnaround story into a business. It cannot be made without a turnaround story. And turnaround story are the most neglected stories. Nobody is interested in it. અમે જ્યારે PSU લીધેલા ને 2021 માં, lot of our clients told that you are doing the biggest mistake of your life by buying the PSU. Average PSUs are 150-200 rupees, 200% plus in next 2 years. And they were available at 2p, 3p, 4p, 5p. So the bigger the turnaround, the better the money making you can make into markets. Next. So we did a very interesting calculation. Last 15 વર્ષમાં કયા સેક્ટરે સૌથી વધારે પૈસા બનાવ્યા છે? અને મેં છે ને આ 500 લોકોને પ્રશ્ન પૂછ્યો હશે. 500 માંથી કદાચ 50 લોકોએ આન્સર સાચો ન આપ્યો. તમે જોશો નિફ્ટી 500 એ 453% બનાવ્યા. અચ્છા ફોલ આવ્યો એની પહેલાનો ડેટા છે. એટલે થોડું 10% ડિસ્કાઉન્ટ કરી નાખવું પડશે આ બધાને. 453% વિથ અ CAGR ઓફ ઓન્લી 12%. આજે જે પોસ્ટ કોવિડ નવા છોકરા આવે ને એવું કહું કે 20% બને ને બહુ સારું કહેવાય. અરે શું વાત કરો, 20% મેં મહિનામાં બનાવીએ. સુપર. और શું કહેવાય કે हादसों से ही लर्निंग आता है, बादाम से कभी लर्निंग नहीं आता है. So it will come. The most interesting is that consumer durable has made 1600% return in last 15 years. And nobody is interested in consumer durables because that's not sexy. We want something hot. Rohan ભાઈ કંઈક નાનું આપવું નથી આજે. મજા આવશે એમાં. And then you see companies like auto, companies like energy, or maybe financial services, or it has done reasonably well. These are 18 indexes here. Only 40% has outperformed Nifty 500. What this means is that 60% of the sector most probably underperforms the markets. And what is the worst which sector has given return worst? It's media. It's real estate. And this is a very shocking data for all of us. And if you are seeing the bracket and stars, these are the year કે આ સેક્ટરે ઓલ ટાઈમ હાઈ કર્યો હતો. એ સેક્ટરનો આ 15 વર્ષના જર્નીમાં we did a research that why and which type of companies made the highest returns. આમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટિંગ વસ્તુ બીજી પણ છે કે દર વર્ષે ખાલી 2011 છોડીને દરેક વર્ષે એક સેક્ટરે સૌથી હાઈએસ્ટ પૈસા બનાવ્યા છે. અને એ સેક્ટર 2 વર્ષ પછી ચેન્જ થઈ જાય છે. હવે આપણે ઘણી વખત એવું થાય કે યાર 2 વર્ષ આ સેક્ટર ચાલ્યું છે, ચલો હવે એમાં પૈસા ઇન્વેસ્ટ કરીએ. And then you see in the third year the sector changes. There is one more very interesting data in this. Every time market corrects 10% થી વધારે, and when market turnarounds, there are new sector which makes money for you. It's not the old. So હવે તમે જોશો કે Nifty is somewhere around Nifty 500 is 10.5% down. Now when the reversal comes, and wherever it comes, I don't know when, the whole segment will change. Now the problem with investor is that they feel their market whether you stock now. So what we did and what I can help you to understand how the companies are working is these are 5 rules to find out a larger term trend turnaround stories. First, when a stock is doing all-time high after a longer period of time, all-time high, not 52-week high. Second, when a stock is doing its all-time high profit after tax. Third, आज के presentation में तुमने आप ही देखी, when a stock is outperforming its index in consistent point. अब मैं वो lately realize करी हूँ कि what is the moral objective of a stock? Is to outperform its index. Like for example, giving you an example, not an investment advice. Let us say Reliance. So there is some directional change in the company which we can find it in a conference call. अब तो तुम्हें screener पर जैसे तुमने आपको conference call नो AI मरी जाए. And fifth, when there is a turnaround in the sector, and the first company in that sector does an all-time high. These are the most probable time. If you see in 2022, the first company in auto to do an all-time high was Mahindra and Mahindra, and in two-wheelers was TVS Motors. It was not Hero Honda, and it was not Eicher Motors, and not Maruti too. So if there are 4 of these points or 5 of these points, if you can look forward for, and believe me, તમે જ્યારે આ વાત કરશો કે હું ઓલ ટાઈમ હાઈ સ્ટોક લઉં છું તમને લોકો ગાંડા ગણશે પણ ગાંડા લોકો જ પૈસા બનાવે ડાયા લોકો તો એફડી કરે right so make a clear point that you have to be different you have to buy something અને મારે બહુ સારા ફ્રેન્ડ છે ચેતનભાઈ એને મને બહુ સરસ સમજાવ્યું કે લાઈફમાં છે ને આપણે ROI ROE ની વાત કરીએ સૌથી મોટું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ તો રોટી છે what is roti is return on time invested. You say a stock you have made 20% or 50%, but what is the time you have invested into it? And that's the major challenge of markets today. Because if you want to make a decent money, you don't put it into stocks, you put it into a ETF or a mutual fund or a PMS. But if you are doing for your own self, you have to work like doctor. We have to work like doctor. Companies which is not doing good, जो एक 800 नहीं तो नवी company which is doing good cannot be invested. I had certain examples. But the point is that there is some technical glitch. I'll take more point to it. I'll take an example of company like a biggest power finance company in India. Again, not a recommendation. It's just for a knowledge purpose. For 15 years, this company was available at same price. 15 years, 1-5. Nothing changed. Because power didn't do a turnaround. Profit went 8x higher than the price. And when the turnaround happened, nobody believed in that company. It was a great multi-bagger with only 2-3p with 7% of dividend yield. One more company I'll talk about is very close to my heart. It's a Baroda company. It's power transmission company. And we all hold it. એટલે અમારી પાસે છે એટલે વાતો નથી બધી ફંડમાં છે we run a huge fund so એમાં છે and that is 8x બહુ બધા લોકો કહેતા હોય કે પ્રમોટરની સાથે વાત કરો પ્રમોટરને I'll tell you promoter doesn't know anything. Promoter only knows 100 meters far from here. So I met that management and I asked them that 15 years your stock didn't do good and your profit went 6x higher. Why it is like that? And promoter told, I don't know what happened and why it is not performing. And when the stock went 12,000, and when we went them and asked them that why the stock has in 1 year happened from 2,000 to 12,000, and promoter told, I don't know what happened. But this is a classic example of a turnaround in a sector. Same thing if you see in Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra and Mahindra changed its logo in last 2017-18 from a M to a butterfly and it launched XUV 700. Very classic example. There's one more example of a change of a CEO and that is Britannia. Varun Barry happened to be PepsiCo ex-CEO and then he joined Britannia. And Britannia changed its whole point for 9 years Britannia was same place with Vanita Bali and then the whole turnaround happened and Britannia went 20x higher. And I'm talking all great companies. So, ladies and gentlemen, my point with till the IT doesn't work is that if you really want to make an alpha over your investments, the first thing you need to check out is that what are your drawdowns. Now I will relate it with cricket because I love cricket, we all love cricket. Sachin is a great player. I was just watching his match while coming from Surat again. Great, super straight drive, super man. But today, is it Sachin could be get a place in Indian cricket team? Maybe because of his fitness, because of his performance. So we love them, but so that's the point. So 5 rules all-time high, and these are quarter numbers. Abhi quarter numbers pura diya hai. Now you see which company does an all-time high quarter numbers. Now the most interesting part is that the most company which does most all-time high numbers, like a very near company of Baroda, not a recommendation. I was just seeing, did all 3 categories. All-time high numbers, outperformance, a great turnaround story is Banco India. For good 10-15 years it was trading at the near about same price. The first time this company made a PAT of more than 100 crores in the quarter. And if you see the price, if you see the way the thing is. Now, most of people feel that Rohan, buying a stock at all-time high is like fearful thing. 15 years of my life, I'll tell you, buying a stock at 52-week low is more fearful than buying a stock at all-time high. Because at the end of the day, you are into the percentage point. And that's how it works. So, till the time I can have some data to talk for. So, I have I had everything to show you as an example. But for this, what we did was, now you will tell me that, Rohan, how to do this? It's very easy for you. We are not a technical guy. We are not a data guy. So we have started, and it's the first version of us, called Exit Mantra. It is the first website in India who talks on when to exit a stock. And it's live. So when you go to a website and put your stock in your portfolio, you would know that this stock is to be exited and when it's to be exited. Now if you scroll on Google what to buy, you will have like 500 million pages on what to buy. But nobody would tell you when to sell a stock and when to exit a stock. And we made a quant on an open platform to tell you 4 things in that stock, in the thing. Very simple. First, is the stock in bull zone, bear zone or a pig zone? Pig zone is a stock kai khareed nahi rahi. Second, is the stock in which score? 3 is very good, 2 is okay, 1 is bad and 0 is exit. What you should do with that stock currently? It's hold, add, exit or trim. And the last, when to exit in that stock. Now you may say that, Rohan, when to exit in a stock is upar ma? No, upar to you don't know. The beautification of the market is that everything is raised to infinity. So if you hold a stock and it goes ultimate up, why to book it? Because kadi ne bijawan paisa nagwana hai. So why not to hold the companies which are doing extraordinary well? And that's what this website is going to help you. So if you are a retail investor, if you think that I am an investor but I want a quant support, I think so this website is going to help you a lot. Oh, so many of the companies which we liked and it didn't work, like one of the best example I have is Bajaj Auto. Bajaj Auto, we bought it in 2021, same story, didn't work out, we exited. And then there was a turnaround into again a story. One of my biggest lesson I've learned is that don't have ego with stocks. ઘણી વખત શું થાય કે હવે મેં વેચી દીધો હવે હું ફરી વખત નહીં લઉં, આમાં તમે લોસ કરી દીધો હવે હું ફરી વખત નહીં લઉં. આવી રીતના અમે એક્ઝિટ કરી દીધો તો ટ્રેન્ડ અને we missed out the biggest rally of trend. The same time to now mistake is mistake, like the only time to overcome mistake is to do things again in the right manner. So Bajaj Auto we did exit and we are managing public fund, please understand. So we have to answer our clients also. तो client એવું પૂછે કે 4000 માં તમે લીધો તો 3300 માં ગાડી નહીં ગયો પાછો તો 4000 માં લ્યો છો એવું તો શું થઈ ગયું. But you have to understand that that's okay. it gets out, it gets in. But majorly, if I would have not bought it at 4,000. You missed it nearly about 200% X rally into the markets. Thank you everyone for doing this. After consolidation, all-time high profits, outperformance of BSE 500, value is higher than price, and a great turnaround story. And majorly, to answer you, most of the stocks have done decently well. But I'll tell you an example. આપણે છે ને તેજીનો પોઈન્ટમાં શું હોય કે બધાને છે બધા સ્ટોક જે સારા ચાલતા હોય ને એ જ મગજમાં હોય, પણ એટલા બધા સ્ટોક્સ છે કે જે આ તેજીમાં પણ નથી ચાલ્યા. લાઈક ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ, વી નેવર હેડ HDFC Bank, we never had Bajaj Finance in last 3 years, we never had Reliance in our portfolio because quant didn't allow us only to go into it, because નથી એનો all time high price, કદાચ થઈ ગયો તો profit નથી અને નથી એનો outperformance. Next. So this was generally an example which I was trying to tell you for a finance company. If you see 16 years nothing happened, the profit from 5,000 crore went to 21,000 crore and the price was same. And you see the outperformance, and there was a turnaround story. Next. And there was this company of transformer, 15 years nothing happened. You see the PAT from 26 crores went to 200 crores. And you see how the stock started to perform. And I'm not here to tell you to make in percentage returns. Turnaround story is to make in multiple X for a longer period of time. My no talks are for shorter term investments. My only talks are for longer term investments. And you may say that Rohan, long term investment works. 20 વર્ષ બધું કરીને ખબર પડી ગઈ કે પૈસા તો આમાં જ બની રહ્યા છે. એટલે બધું જ આપણે ઓલું શું કરીએ કે બધું હેલ્ધી ફૂડ ખાઈને ખરાબ ખાઈને પછી ખબર પડે કે ફૂડ તો હેલ્ધી જ ખાવું જોઈએ. So that is my understanding of life, is that longer money, bigger money is being made in great companies rather than company taking a bit pieces of everything. Next. So recently a CNBC had taken our whole quant as a process. If you can play, boss.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and season greetings to you. Happy Diwali. Prashant this side. I think first time that we're speaking on the air. Tell us a little bit about Total Wealth and what you do, and because I have the fact sheet, but would love to listen from you. Because what I understand is you look at investing in turnaround businesses, but with a quant mindset. So just the process, if you can explain. Go on.
Yeah, hi Prashant, all the viewers, happy Diwali and New Year, and thank you for having me in the show. So 15 years, 17 years, we have made some processes where we have seen a great research that how we can make, a long-term wealth, and what are the credentials of picking up the stocks which can create an exceptional wealth creation fund. And that's where our 16 to 17 years we have invested a lot into the quant making process, that how to pick up the companies, and in that we have found that the best wealth creation happens into turnaround businesses, but turnaround businesses picked up not by emotion or by just intuition, but rather than purely of the data making process. And that's when we have created a specific quant into 3 areas of businesses, where is the selection, allocation, and reviewing of a stock. Because generally we talk a lot on allocation, about rather selection of a stock, but very less on allocation of a stock, and nearly about nothing on how to review a stock once it is allocated. So that's where our the fund works onto the process. We feel much ahead of our time, but I think so that's where the world is going on to move on to quant driven.
Next. It's a long video. You can go on to
Rohan Mehta is with us. He's CEO and portfolio manager at Turtle.
So what we did was, in 2019, when we found out that, okay, now these processes are amazing, but the biggest problem of this process is how people will do it, because it's very hard, right? So we then introduced our PMS. Today we are into the top performing PMSs of India. So our whole process is to be driven by data processes and not by intuitions and judgment. Next. So we have 3 products just to show someone that if you are interested. Wealth, where we invest into leaders. Growth, we invest into emerging leaders. And Profit Mantra is for only very focused, affluent, bespoke investments. Next, I'll not take more time on it. We are into the top. Next, we are into the top 5 PMSs of year to date. If you can find Turtle Wealth on the 5th with more than 54%. Of course, this is a month back data, so this percentage would have gone 2 to 3% down. So that's where the whole structure comes into the point that we have bought only the performers and exited the underperformers. Next. So this is what I was trying to tell you, that a lot of people, I'm not here to sell my PMS, no. I'm here to tell you and help you how the data works. And second help for me is this website. And this is our dream, this is our startup project. That can we do something for investors on talking on when to exit a stock, not when to buy a stock. Because when to buy a stock, I am sure અહીંયા હું બધાને પૂછીશ, બધા પાસે 5 કંપનીઓ છે, પણ ક્યારે નીકળવું is બહુ મોટો ક્વેશ્ચન છે. Next. So I'll take certain examples of a company. This is like a page. You go to a Reliance, you will know Reliance, the zone it is, the score is 0, exit and exit price, and all-time high performance is down, outperformance is down, and it's above exit price is down. So you know that it's the time to exit Reliance. Next. And if you see the same thing today, Gillette. Now Gillette is, zone is bull, score is 3, rating is add, exit price is 7,100, all-time high, outperformance and above exit price. This is the turnaround which is happening in Gillette. Disclaimer, we hold Gillette and we don't hold Reliance. So this is what you're going to get when you go to the website and take the point. It is accessible on laptop, mobile, everywhere. Next. So you can also do a screening out of it, where you can put a zone, you can put a structure, and you can find कि कितना bull market stock है, कितना bear market stocks है. You can do a screening out of it. Of course, it's the first stage of our website, so there can be a bit of glitch. But every day we are improving the website experience. Next. So this is what I want to tell you. I didn't want to take more of your time. You can take a lot of questions after the. I also wanted to help you if you want to read. I was never onto the front of telling I've written a book. પણ આજકાલ સોશિયલ મીડિયા ઉપર મારી બુકના એટલા રીલ્સ ચાલી રહ્યા, તો મને એવું થયું કે મારે કહેવું જોશે લોકોને કે મારી પાસે બુક પણ છે. તો this is a book I've written in 2017 about investing. Is not about only numbers, only data. It's also about a lot of things which are other around you. It's luck, it's family, it's a lot of other things. So this book may help you, and this is both. And believe me, Gujarati book લખવી બહુ tough છે, ભયંકર tough છે. તો ગુજરાતીમાં પણ experience છે અને આમાં પણ છે. Again, not here to sell the book. You can go on Amazon and buy it if you want to. So you can have it. If you will put me a message, I'll send you a book also to you. So not a problem. But my point over here is that, and I want to put it again a point that make a move in life. We shifted from a telephone to a mobile. We shifted from a telegram to an email. We shifted from a horse cart to cars. We shifted from airplanes to jet planes. We shifted, every human race shifted from A to B. And this is right now the shift of investment from a normal traditional investment to a data-centric investment. And maybe this will look very ahead of time, but when we will talk after 2030, this is going to be more important than any of the investments. Because at the end of the day, whatever we say, I have a very funny quote which I say to everyone, कि long-term investing અને healthy food આ બંને મિથ્યા છે. જ્યાં સુધી ખાયું હોય ત્યાં સુધી મજા આવે એમ. બટ સ્ટોક નીચે જાય એટલે હમણાં જ એક સરસ મેસેજ હતો કે માર્કેટ 10-5% તૂટે છે અને કન્વિક્શન 10% તૂટે છે. માર્કેટ 50% તૂટશે તો કન્વિક્શન 0 થઈ જશે અને લર્નિંગ સૌથી વધારે વધી જશે. હવે વોરન બફે બહુ ગમશે તમને બધાને. પહેલા આપણે વોરન બફેને એવું કહેતા હતા શું આવડે છે એને. બટ ધેટ્સ વોટ ધ પોઈન્ટ ઇઝ. Don't get into the fallacy of कि stock कोई दिवस नीचे नहीं जाए. That quote of someone कि लास्ट में मार्केट और अपने को ऊपर जाना है, this is wrong. Japan still after 25 years, Japan did all-time high in index. London still for 25 years is at the same value what it was in 2001. It's not easy to make money. The only thing which differs you from a normal investor to a super investor is data and executing on data. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. That was my time. I hope you make a lot of money.
Sir, and now on the behalf of Charotar Investor Expo, I would like to extend a token of gratitude to you.